Hello, Grifflepuffs. I'm sorry that I'm not there today. As I told the Hufflepuffs yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to my Gryffindors. I am in the Houston area visiting with my family there. My favorite uncle passed away last weekend, and I wanted to go to the funeral and give my support to my Aunt Linda. So just letting you know that I'm not there, but I wanted to share with you something that I got out of rereading a portion of Harry Potter just the other day. And so I wanted to read that little section to you and kind of share my thoughts about what I got there, and maybe hopefully have you have a fun activity based on what I read the other day. So here's what I'm going to read. It's from the Mirror of Erised chapter, so I'm just going to go ahead and start reading. They were there. His mother, his father beaming at the sight of him. "See?" Harry whispered. "I can't see anything." Look at them all. There are loads of them." "I can only see you." "Look at it properly. Go on. Stand where I am." Harry stepped aside, but with Ron in front of the mirror, he couldn't see his family anymore. Just Ron in his paisley pajamas. Ron, though, was staring transfixed at the image. "Look at me. Can you see all your family standing around you?" "No, I'm alone, but I'm different. I look older, and I'm head boy." "What?" "I am. I'm wearing the badge like Bill used to, and I'm holding the house cup and the Quidditch cup. I'm Quidditch captain, too." All right, so we know that this chapter is all about the Mirror of Erised and how the Mirror of Erised kind of shows you your deepest and most sincere desires. And so, pushing that part away, I want you to think about how both of them looked at one thing, but they saw things very differently. This is called perspective. And I want you to think about that in the books that we read, because I think that sometimes when we're reading our books, we always look at it from the perspective of the main character, the protagonist. And for instance, in the Number of the Stars book that we're reading, most of the time when we look at it, we think about Anne-Marie, because Anne-Marie's the main character. But when we think about books from other angles, from the other characters, sometimes we pull things out of the book that makes us think a little more and might make us make more connections to what we've read. And so I kind of wanted to do that with a little bit of The Tiger Rising. So you remember that when we were reading The Tiger Rising, it focused a lot on this tiger that was in the middle of the woods. And so I drew the tiger. Okay, so I've got this picture right here, the tiger, right? And if you look at the tiger, it's beautiful. It's a nice tiger, but it's very different in perspective when you think about who all's looking at the tiger. So when you see Rob sees the tiger, but he sees it as some kind of object to keep all his not thoughts in check, right? To keep them at bay so that he doesn't think about them anymore. Not thinking about his mom, not thinking about getting bullied, not thinking about his legs. But when you look at Sistine looked at the tiger, and because she was in a trapped situation herself, with her mom and her dad was gone, she really saw that as something that needed to be set free, right? Something that was locked up, kind of just like she was. And I'm picturing in my mind when she was grabbing the chain link fence and she was shaking it and even pounding her head on it, right? But if you go past that and you think about Willie Mae, when Willie Mae found out about the tiger, she was just thinking of one thing. This tiger is dangerous and it needs to be left alone, and there is no way that you should open that cage. And so, yeah, she was just scared of the tiger. I wrote a little, dude, Jesus, right? Okay, so she was terrified. Rob's dad didn't know anything about the tiger until the tiger came charging out of the jungle. And Rob's dad, not knowing anything better, just saw the tiger as an imminent threat, something that could hurt his children. And he, knowing that he was a good shot with a gun, he was going to protect his kids. And so I drew him taking a bead on the tiger. And of course, this last image here is Beauchamp. Beauchamp saw the tiger as a money-making opportunity. He saw it as a way to make more money for himself. So all of these people had different perspectives about one simple thing. What I want you guys to do today is I want you to read from the book that you have, and I want you to read for a full 30 minutes. And as you're reading for a full 30 minutes, I want you to think about something that people in your book might think differently about, right? Might have a different perspective. And when you think about that thing, and as you get that into your head, and you're finished with your 30 minutes of reading, I want you to open up your reading notebook, and I want you to take some notes about, kind of just like what I did. Write down a character's name, what they think about it. Write down another character's name and what they might think about it. Emphasizing kind of their own situations and why they might think about it that way. And then I want you to start thinking about symbols. I want you to really push yourself to try to see if you can make some kind of graphic representation of what you saw in your story with those different perspectives. Now, I know that not all of you are going to have 5 different perspectives on what you saw in your book, but I'm really hoping that you have at least 2, if not 3 different perspectives that you can share with me on a poster. And so I will get you some manila paper. The substitute will pass out the manila paper. Again, there's 3 things that you need to do. You need to read for 30 minutes straight. You need to take notes on the different perspectives that people are thinking about. It could be a thing. It could be an event that happened. It could be something that somebody said and how people perceive that thing that they said. But once you've written down those notes, then you're going to make a graphic representation just like I did. Okay? If you want to write a couple of words that go along with the pictures, that's totally fine. I did this along with a couple of those, but most of them I just left graphically. Okay? I really hope that you enjoy this activity. I hope you have fun with it. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.